All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Collection Conundrum. It has been quite a while since we've done one of these, and I've got Shane and Alton back with me today.
Hello.
So the theme of the show is going to be State of the Collection. So we're going to be going over our collections and try and figure out where we want to go, how we're happy with them, and get some feedback, get some help from the audience as well. So hopefully we can get some good advice, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little lost in some areas. So we'll give it a shot. Why don't we start by doing some quick wrist checks just to fill the time while we wait for some more people to come in. Looks like we've got Enforcer Crow, Derbagger, Watch Out Pal, Sean Holloway, Jack Strange. Good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in today. But yeah, well, we see if a few more people funnel in. Let's start with wrist checks. Shane, I can kind of see yours. What do you got on today?
Maybe Casio Oceanus S5000. It'll be you'll get a better look later on. Just a hint.
Yeah. All right, nice. Alton, how about you?
Well, today I have my Full Metal G-Shock on.
Okay.
In black. And the more you wear it, the more you ding it up, the better looking it gets.
Ah, nice. Is that so? That's not one of the. It's not like a mod that you created, a Full Metal version. You got the original stock OEM
Full Metal. The full price for this Casio watch.
Nice, cool. All right, let me see if I can do this right. So I decided I always wear some kind of a dual time for today. Let's see.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, but this is one. Yeah, it's one I just built.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's cool.
This. Yeah, so this is all parts from Namoki Mods. But yeah, I did a Japanese kanji dual time one. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's got the Japanese hours both on the chapter ring and the bezel.
What case did you use for that? Like just the standard SKX one, or?
Let's see if we can. So I actually went with the sub case.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, I
got some parts coming from them, so I got a different case though. I want to make sure it wasn't the same case.
Yeah. What are you gonna build?
It's a titanium Marine Master case.
Oh,
fine. I noticed they have. I was like, oh, that sounded cool. But I picked a red dial too, but a different red dial. So
okay. Yeah, they have a lot of cool dials that are like Japanese themes. So this is like a Japanese arrow pattern. So I went with that. But I might actually wind up this is on the Jubilee bracelet that they make, but I might actually wind up swapping it over to a leather bracelet. Anyways, so yeah, wrist checks done. Let me switch back to me. So I think kind of what we're going to do for the format here is we'll take turns, each kind of showing our 10 watch collections. These are kind of top 10s. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but like, I think running a YouTube channel, you wind up with a lot more watches in the house than you need.
Yeah, I got
It was not easy to pick 10. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, so that's one of the, I guess, conundrums of yeah, I don't know. I think especially because of the channel, I tend to hoard things more than I would normally, because I'm always like, well, maybe I'll need to make a video about it later. At least that's the excuse.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go with our top 10 watches in our collection and kind of talk about the upper end of the ones we really love. But yeah, I don't know. I probably got closer to 20, or probably closer to 20 that like I'm sort of holding on to that I like, but I don't get a chance to wear nearly all of them that much. So it's another tough thing.
For me, my excuse of not selling, because I haven't really sold a lot in the last couple of years, and I really need to, is more like it takes time to sometimes do it or find it. And so it's like I'd rather just make another video and then worry later. But that adds up.
I think I've got a box in a closet somewhere with about 8 watches that I tried to sell and didn't really succeed in doing so.
Yeah.
What about?
When Durbagger's asking, I was saying, where's everybody?
That's the question.
Where do you guys sell your watches? Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out too now. I think I'm gonna do more what like Dave does, where he kind of has your own store and just throws them up there and maybe says something on the channel about like, hey, come look here and there. Because otherwise, like eBay charges eBay's an easy way to do it, but they charge way too much in their commission fees these days.
I'd like, so for eBay, I would probably use it if I were selling like luxury watches or things like that, maybe just for the extra buyer protection and the, peace of mind on that side. But for more affordable pieces. So I have a store that actually got to sell merchandise, like these cool hoodies you can go buy on my store. But not many people buy those. I sell basically enough to pay for the store. So the store, that's the thing. So like having the Shopify store is like $30 a month or something. And then the merch basically covers the cost of the store. But then when I do want to sell watches, I can sell it. I can sell it on the store. I can list it directly, and then I just ship it from there. And that seems to work well. Makes it a lot easier when I do want to sell stuff. And then I usually do it in batches. So I'll be like, okay, I'm selling a bunch of stuff. I'll put a community post, and then sells pretty easy there. So if anyone's interested in particularly buying watches that have been shown on the channel, every once in a while I sell the ones that I get for free. When I sell those, I try and sell them at half of the retail price. So try and give you guys a deal. So if you're subscribed, you'll see that announcement come up, and you can usually pick up some of them for pretty cheap. Ones that I have to buy myself, I'll usually try and sell closer to, what I paid for them, try and recoup some of my costs. But so with that said, let's go ahead and why don't we jump into our first collection? And Shane, I'm going to give you 10 minutes. Put you on the spot here. So let's give you about 10 minutes to show your 10 watches. And then after that, we'll get some feedback from me and Alton and the chat. So chat, let us know what you think of Shane's watches. So kind of what we're looking for is, is this like a well-rounded collection? Is there any pieces you think he should get rid of, or anything you think would fill it out? So if you guys spot anything like that, have any suggestions, drop that in the chat. But in the meantime, Shane, I'll give you 10 minutes on the clock, and let's see what you got.
Okay. Can you share the one video file that has the Citizen on it? All right. That makes it easy. All right. So this is more my top 10 sort of collection. Top 10 of my favorites, basically. So starting off, not in any particular order, but starting off, it's going to be the Citizen Chronomaster, what I call the Chrono Chicken, as this is just an absolutely great and fabulous watch. I mean, it does it all. It's completely accurate. It's great. I can't recommend it enough. The only problem is the price, but I got it before the prices kind of started shooting up and got a good deal on it. Next, let's see if I can skip through. Is going to be one of my favorite divers. It's the Glacier Marine Master Reduced. Had this for a while. It's probably one of the better viewed reviews on my channel. Love this watch. Again, can't say enough about it. I have better divers. I can easily argue that, but this one's just one of my favorites. It just speaks to me. I love the dial. I love how unique it is with this sort of glacier texture to it. And the Marine Master case, I think, is one of the most underrated cases out there for divers. It's just beautiful to look at, not too expensive, at least when you get some of the lower end ones. And it wears extremely comfortable. I think it's like a 42, but it wears a lot smaller than that. So I think it's probably one of the best divers, comfortable out there.
Yeah, that's a cool dial.
Yeah. Loom could be better. That's my only complaint. Loom sucks on it. But I've noticed that with a lot of these, like that $1,000 mid-tier Seikos. Yeah, it's like the entry-level divers beat the pants off it for Loom, which is kind of sad. But the same with like the Slim Turtle I've got and the 62 Moss I just recently reviewed. The Loom's just, yeah. Third, this is the one I'm wearing right now, the Oceanus 5000. It's an Oceanus. It's one of Casio's top tier, Casio God tier, if you want. It's probably, I think, the only chronograph I have on this list. But it's not just a chronograph, but also a chronograph dual timer. It's kind of complex. It's also incredibly comfortable, incredibly thin, extremely lightweight titanium. Looks great. Just this shiny blue everywhere. It's actually one of my most complimented watches by like non-watch people. Just like walking around, people ask me like, what is it? Where did I get it? Yeah, they don't make this one anymore. Only downside is you can kind of see in this shot, it's kind of that integrated bracelet. The newer versions, like the 6000 and a 7000, actually have a regular bracelet. And that's kind of, if I were to get it again, I'd kind of go that route. Although for an integrated bracelet, it's actually pretty great.
Yeah, I always like having the option to swap out straps and things.
It's because that's the problem with an integrated bracelet, is if it's a bad integrated bracelet, you're kind of stuck with it and it ruins the watch.
How's the clasp on that? Does it have micro adjust?
This has, yeah, it has one on the fly micro adjust.
Okay.
Just one, but it's enough. And that's kind of what I wish the Citizen had, because it's almost an identical looking clasp. Let's see. Ooh, wait, skipped one.
Oh, but that's cool looking.
I think I skipped it. Let me go back. Yeah, Monte Triumph. So this is what, 4? This was, when I got it, say kind of my micro brand grail. I wanted this. I was very hesitant about Monte with their prices. I heard a lot about it, but just wasn't sure. And when I found like a good deal on a used one, I bit, and I'm completely glad I did. It is amazing. And now that they've phased this out and have the new Triumph, which is basically just an Explorer, I love this even more because of the unique dial.
Yeah, you reviewed the new one, right?
Yeah.
Did you buy that one and then?
No, they just lent it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, they were nice enough. They know I'm kind of a fan with some of their other watches, so they actually reached out and said, "Hey, this is coming out." So I got one of the first reviews out. And they knew how much I love the Triumph, the original one. Unfortunately, I didn't like the new one as much, but a lot of that was just because of the originality's sort of gone. And I loved kind of that brushed bezel as opposed to like the polished one like they have on the Noble and the new one.
Yeah.
Just because it gives it more of a toolier look and you don't need to worry about it as much. But, fantastic watch. Let's go next one. Ooh, no, skipped one again. Sorry. There. Noticed Sector 2 Sport Atlantis Edition.
Okay.
Very limited run. I think there's only 15. It was one of the ones they were doing where they're only selling them at the Intersect shows. I had a friend kind of secure it for me in California and send it to me. But it's basically their Sector 2 Sport, which is their sport watch. I think you have like a Sector 2 Pilot or a Sector 1
I got
Pilot.
that'll be coming out. I think it's a 2.
I think it's 2 because the 2 started coming out in December.
Yeah,
which is just a little bit nicer case, a little bit slimmed down case. But the dial is what I love about this one. Just because it's so unique. It's a turquoise stone? Just sort of cut.
That's the only turquoise dial I've seen.
Yeah. So it just has this cool, almost Tiffany blue, but not quite Tiffany blue, mixed with sort of an Explorer dial, and just really comfortable case, just the perfect size. One trick is I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but I got number 13 out of 15. So it may be
there you go.
the lucky one. But again, it's also got great lume and just a good all-around sports watch.
Are you okay without it having a date?
Yeah. I mean, I got enough other watches with dates.
Yeah.
I kind of go both ways these days.
Yeah.
I prefer a date, but I have so many. I mean, I can look at my phone when I really need to, so it's not that big a deal.
And
it does make setting it easy. Like if you pick it up, if you're swapping watches like once a day, it makes it a lot easier just to pick it up, set the time, and go.
Yeah. For the longest time, I was just no date, or if it didn't have a date, I wouldn't wear it. But I'm getting better there.
Yeah. So next one, let's see if there's any comments on that. Yeah. Notice is always out of stock. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with some of them. Now this one is definitely out of stock. This was their limited edition Stratotimer Dr. Pepper collaboration. The first one that came out 2 years ago, I think. They've done some other collaborations with Dr. Pepper, because Jack Mason's based in Texas. Dr. Pepper's based here in Dallas as well. So they just kind of went and talked to them. And they had kind of a cool story that went along with it. Was basically they went to Dr. Pepper. They had kind of a meeting. When I was talking to them, they're telling me this. And basically we're like, hey, do you know the history of GMT watches? Traditionally there's Cokes, there's Pepsis, there's root beers. Mm-hmm. There's never been a Dr. Pepper. We want to make a real Dr. Pepper, and we want to do it in collaboration with you guys. And even though these weren't watch guys in the meeting, I guess they were like, that makes perfect sense. Let's do it.
Okay, I get that. Well, that's a cool watch. Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, very unique. And what I kind of loved about this too is, as a Dr. Pepper fan as well, is they had because there's the old Dr. Pepper slogan was 10, 2, and 4 was kind of like when you're supposed to have a Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
So they did a little Easter egg in the lume. I think I had a shot here?
Yeah, I saw the lume. I was wondering, there are a couple of green.
Yeah, the 10, 2, and 4.
Yeah,
are green. It's sort of a hidden Easter egg.
Yeah,
to go back to kind of the classic as well as the Dr. Pepper's coloring. It's fun. It's really cool. It's different enough from every other GMT out there, but still, and the Stratotimer itself, I think, is just a great GMT. It's one of the more comfortable ones I've ever worn. So I have a couple of them, or 3 or 4 of them. And when I travel, it's kind of the preferred GMT that I take with me. Just the way it wears. It's just kind of a perfect balance of size and presence and everything. As well as it's not too expensive, but still nice enough for about everything. Next, the Bulova Jetstar Precisionist.
That is a very smooth sweep on that second hand.
Yeah, it is. That's one of the main reasons to get it, is just to watch that. It's mesmerizing. And the cool thing too, I really like these sort of orange little stripes.
Yeah.
When you go in on the macro shots, it's different. Something you don't necessarily notice from afar. But that sweep is smooth.
Little lume plots above it too.
Yeah. Lume's all right. But yeah, it's another kind of high accuracy quartz. It's a little 70s-ish.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
I like that was a hexagon or
octagon. Yeah, you can kind of see my thumbprint on the upper right of that shot that I didn't notice until after I was done.
Steal Shane's identity.
Yeah. But again, just great all-around watch. Water resistance could be better, but one of the nice things about having some of the more high precision quartz watches, or even just a handful of quartz watches, they don't necessarily need to be high precision. If you got a bunch of automatics, they're always there to just grab and go, and you don't need to fiddle with them. You don't need to reset them unless it's been past daylight savings time. So they're just ready. And then
nice. Up to another Notice.
Yeah. This is the Notice Unity. they don't make. I don't know if they're making. I think they're having a new version come out. We'll see what happens with it. This I think is one of the coolest watches they've ever made because it is so unique. They followed up with the Duality, which was their sort of internal bezel diver watch, where it has this hybrid dial of it's both a sandwich with an applied frame on the outside.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Nobody's, I don't think, ever really done it before, but it gives this really cool amount of depth to it. And that was with that one watch, but then they did it with the Unity, as sort of a dress watch. And on top of that, it has this blue ceramic. And the rumors I heard about this one was that the failure rate on that blue ceramic, or at least on the other colors too, was kind of high, which is one of the reasons they may be not doing that again for the second version, or they haven't made quite as many of them. But this was a watch I saw at one of the Intersect shows they did here in Dallas. I kept coming back to it. I kept picking it up, kept looking at it. I thought about buying it, but didn't. And then it was just one that kind of stayed with me in my mind for months and months until I noticed they were doing like a secondhand sale online, and they had it for a pretty good price. So I just kind of jumped on it. But it's really cool, really unique. Again, kind of a multi-purpose sports watch, but just that dial is amazing.
You know, Notice is a brand I've always wanted to buy, but I've never actually purchased one.
Maybe that'll be some feedback on your collection when we see it.
Yeah, maybe.
Their sport collection, the Sector 2s are great because the Sector 2s sort of it's like a platform. So they make a cool pilot's watch. They make the sports watch. I think there's 2 or 3 other ones they make off that platform. So they're reasonably priced, but they're really well made for the price. There we go. Formex Space Gold Essence.
Ooh.
Again, love this one. I just happened to get it. I think they've only had 2 batches of these. And I saw the first one. It sold out before I could get it. Saw the second one come up, so I jumped on it, even though it's pretty expensive. But again, in terms of unique, I'm sensing a theme, if you guys haven't already. When I threw this together, I wasn't planning on it, but just unique dial sports watches.
Yeah, that's one of the things I noticed too. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool dials in this collection. So this one, it's a meteorite dial, but it's been plated or colored.
Gold plated. Yeah, gold plated.
Wow, gold plated meteorite
with rose gold. I think it's only one other company that's done it as well. They've kind of copied Formex, and Formex also has another version that's adds a silver to it instead of gold, and it gives it this really cool blue coloring to it. If I'd known that one was coming out, I might have jumped on that one instead. But I have otherwise no regrets about this one. I've taken this with me on a couple of vacations. One was on a nice cruise, and even walking through the promenade on the cruise ship and walking by some of the jewelry store where they're selling nicer, more expensive watches, people are like, what is that? Especially because it had the almost salmon colored rose gold dial, and it was just drawing everyone's attention. But if you can find it, I recommend it because it's just amazing. And there's a shot on the cruise ship. Yeah. And that does have sort of an on the fly, or it has a link that sort of pops out to make it easier.
It's like a butterfly clasp, it looks like or a hidden clasp.
Yeah. But there's the new version on the 41 millimeter, because it only has one side of it pops out to make it a little bit bigger. The newer version on the 41 does both sides, and I think that's coming to this version, like the 39 as well. As well as the only other, whether it really matters or not, crown isn't screwed down because it has this weird sort of suspension system where that center section goes in and out. They figured out a way to do that on the newer versions too.
Yeah, I've always been impressed with like the technical side of what Formex is doing with their cases and then like that system with the bracelets. I just never quite got into the look of them. I don't know. Like,
they're a little different.
They definitely have. They're not like a classic, watch kind of feel, which I guess is not what they're going for. But so they're a little out there. But yeah, I really admire the technical side of all the crazy stuff they do with dials and cases and
that's kind of what I was drawn to, because that's the diver, which I don't have a picture of here, is Radiant Bronze Reef, which is a bronze dial that has like a vertical scratched or brushing, and then they put a lacquer over it, so it always has that sort of shiny bronze look. No, they're kind of interesting though. But this one, the last one I think out of the 10 is the Zelos Eagle 2. Probably one of the most unique watches from Zelos. And I love the blue of this dial. It's I don't know if it's like an enamel or they epoxy or lacquered it, but it just had this amazingly blue sheen to it.
Yeah, but it's got a radial or sunburst or starburst on pattern on it too.
Yeah, I don't know if you reviewed one of the other versions or not.
No, I didn't get one of these.
Yeah, this was easily my favorite from them, and part of it is just because it's so different, and it has like the LJP G100 movement in it, titanium case. It's I think there's going to be a side shot where it's kind of like cut out to make it even look more futuristic as well as cool. Yeah, there it goes. And then you have kind of the classic
look at that.
sort of take on, the Flieger dial. So again, just kind of a unique watch. And if you, anybody saw my last video, which was going over the different types of collectors. So I said, I'm more of a contrarian, liking things that are different. You can kind of see that with this.
So Shane, you would have reviewed a lot of Zelos watches. Is this your favorite of the ones you reviewed?
I haven't. I mean, there are people who have reviewed more because I don't these days, last couple of years, they don't reach out that often. I don't ask them for watches. It's more when they reach out to me. So maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So I haven't seen a lot of the newer ones, but I have a little bit in the past. But between all the ones I've seen, this is, my favorite. And then I think that was 10, but then I go into those are these. This is going into ones that like I'm thinking of selling.
Debating.
Like that one. Do we want to get into that or not? Do we want to like?
Well, let's pause. Let's pause there.
Yeah.
Maybe don't. Yeah, Alton will talk to you off screen.
And I can go into reasons like I got 3, I think, on here of like ones I'm kind of on the fence about and might make a good discussion, but we can come back to that.
Okay. Let's talk a bit about what Shane's got going on here. So
and I'll restart the video. You can share that top.
So
I have like a photo of all 10 of them if you want.
Chat seems generally impressed with your collection here. Time is now 7 of 10 are micro brands. Great collection. Sean Holloway, great collection, but he apparently has been watching a lot of your videos. Would have picked 10 other watches, he says.
Yeah.
For there. But generally pretty cool. All right, you have do you have a shot with all of them by any chance?
There's a picture like
this one yours here too?
There. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So here's Shane's top 10. You guys can soak it all in.
Yeah. We're still figuring out the logistics of how to stream. We're not experts in it.
Alton, what do you think of Shane's collection here?
I think it should be no surprise to any of us that he really likes his sports watches.
Yeah.
And you don't really gravitate as much to the divers as some do. Like you like them, but I don't think having a rotating bezel is something that you require.
Yeah. It looks like in your top 10 you only got one actual dedicated diver.
Yeah.
What I love about you
sort of goes back and forth.
What I love about your collection is that you have a flair for things that are interesting and unique, not just a simple black watch, like the one in the middle, the Citizen there. I think that's most people's cup of tea. But
that's a washi paper dial.
Yeah. And even then it's a little unique.
It's not as simple.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I enjoy watching your videos is because you always pick out something that's just a little interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Jack Strange loves the Oceanus. He has the 4000 and the 200. Time is Now likes that Citizen the best. Marine Master, best diver ever. And again, Enforcer Crow likes it. It's not a lot of divers.
I have plenty of divers. It's just like when I was trying to figure out my favorite 10. Yeah. I mean, like I do like my Oris Aquas caliber 400. I really like that one. I have a Black Bay now, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite with time in my top 10. So it's kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's interesting that you have, something like you have a Tudor Black Bay, but then it didn't make it in your top 10, but you got a lot of these micro brands that did. Yeah, which I think that goes against, what you see in a lot of, other watch collections and channels.
Yeah, if I was going to throw another diver in here, it'd probably be the other Formex Reef with the radiant bronze dial.
So you'd go with the Formex over the Tudor Black Bay.
I would. And then maybe the Zello Spearfish. I have the orange one. If you remember the Spearfish, that I think was just another great watch from them too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at this. I definitely see some patterns here.
I almost, from Sean Holloway's No Orient Star, I was close to throwing in my Orient Star Standard, what I call the Cheshire, but it kind of was number 11.
Yeah, so it looks like I guess so. The Bulova and the Citizen both can fill the role of a dress watch.
Actually, the Formex, I think, is kind of my, even though it's a sports watch, it's sort of my new go-to sort of dress.
That's for dressy pieces.
Because it's not quite a dress watch, but it works. Or the Unity.
Yeah, but I definitely see a lot of very interesting dials here. Like that's one pattern I'm seeing. Definitely a love of blue dials in particular. You got a couple of those that really stand out. A few. We got 2 Explorer style sports watches with that 369 layout.
Yeah. And the Triumph is it's more like cross between an Explorer and an Air King, maybe, if you're going like Rolex. But now it fills the same role.
Does the Citizen, does that do any like radio syncing or anything like that? Or it's just
high accuracy?
Like high accuracy. So it's a complete standalone system.
Yeah. Within 10 seconds a year, you don't really need it. And perpetual calendar.
Is it solar powered or?
Solar, perpetual calendar.
Well, it does have a perpetual
high accuracy quartz. And the hour hand is a jump hand.
How do you set the perpetual calendar on that?
I did it. Don't ask me. It wasn't. It was actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be, because I had an older Citizen I did it with that was a pain. This was actually fairly simple. There's like a button on the side that also checks power reserve.
Okay.
And it's just, I think it's like the second hand. You go through a setting mode where it's like the second hand goes to what leap year past leap year you're in, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
But the other cool thing too is the hour hand is a jumping hour hand. So even for daylight savings, you're not having to completely stop the watch. You just pull it up the first section, move the hour up and down, and you're good.
Okay. And so you can do that for traveling too, right? If you jump across time zones, you can jump the hour hand forward and backwards. Yeah, see, that part would make me a little bit nervous. I'd be afraid I'd screw the time up and then mess up the perpetual counter. But I guess if it's a high accuracy quartz and it is solar powered. Yeah. So you don't need to change the batteries. It's always going to keep the accurate time. So set it and literally set it and forget it.
The value of that came very apparent because a while after I got that, I did get a Grand Seiko quartz, also high accuracy, and I bought it used, pretty good deal. A month after getting it, the battery died. So it kind of came apparent, like, oh, solar is the way to go with these.
Scott was asking what we think about the Bulova Seville. Is that the purple dial Bulova that you got? That's a Seville?
No.
Or that's a different watch he's asking.
It's a newer, it came out after the Jetstar. Because the cool thing with the Jetstar was the first Precisionist that was a reasonable size, and the Bulova Seville is a different one. It's also a little 70s. Yeah, you kind of look it up.
Okay, it's a square one?
Yeah, I like it. I haven't got a chance to maybe review it. I kind of want to at some point, but just haven't.
Where's the? Let's see if I can find it. Super Seville. Oh, this keeps jumping me over to the Japanese site where they don't have it.
This is what just came up.
Yeah,
on there we go.
Alton's got it.
Can we highlight Alton here? How do I make? Oh no, I took them off. Wait, okay. So if I go like, no, okay. How do I? Okay,
so you got to do this more often.
Oh wait. Oh, look. There we
Yeah,
go. Here we go.
There we
Okay, so
go.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I like it. I haven't gotten it in person, but I've been looking for, like, I want a good square sports watch like exactly like that. Timex has one that I've also been looking at. I forget what it's called, but they've also recently came out with things like the E-liner or something like that. That's kind of
They
similar.
do some good retro stuff at Timex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Go back to. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then someone was asking about the Notice Obscura too. Let me go ahead and throw that one up.
Obscura.
This one.
This
one.
Oh, that one.
I don't know anything. It looks like it's one of the sector.
Was it a collaboration?
It's kind of a. It looks like a BNC on there. That's very designed with beers and cameras for analog photographers.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the.
So it's got the exposure meter on it.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's a very niche.
Yeah.
Bezel, but yeah, that's the kind of thing. If you're into photography, I mean, yeah, that's I don't know. I guess it's like a dive time bezel where, probably 99% of photographers just use the in body.
Yeah. More like the
measurement
flight computer and like internal compass and.
But I guess with people getting into old film cameras again, it helps to be able to calculate the exposure without relying on the camera. Because some of the older ones don't have that.
Yeah, it's a cool niche kind of idea.
Yeah. No, I like seeing watches that have different bezels like that, and it's got cool handset things. But yeah, that's an interesting one.
So I'd be curious to know in the chat if someone from the chat had to steal one of these watches, which one would you steal from Shane's watch box?
Yeah, let's see what everybody's favorite one is.
I think I'd go for that Formex. I really like the brand. I like what they're doing, and it's got a really neat dial.
Yeah.
You afterwards, you know which one's probably worth the most? It might surprise you. I'll tell you after.
Like resale value or
how
much
resale value.
Okay,
how much I paid for it? Well, I can tell you which one MSRP is the highest, which one I paid the most for, and which one is actually worth the most.
Yeah.
They're not all the same one.
If I were going to steal one, I'd probably go for that Citizen. I kind of have a hole in my collection for something like that. And I appreciate Citizen.
Yeah, most people I think would steal the Citizen and a few of the Formex and the Zelos, but that Jack Mason Dr. Pepper is probably the one that's worth the most.
What I figured,
on resale.
Yeah, I bet there's some crazy Texans out there that would pay a fortune to get their hands on one.
I don't know what the recent one was. The highest I saw on eBay, somebody sold one for $6,000, and they sold it for about $1,000. So somebody loved Dr. Pepper, loved Jack Mason, and had to have that watch.
Okay, so let's see here to get some feedback. Wingmaster wants the Seiko, Formex, Citizen, Formex, Citizen, Zelos. We got one for the Zelos. Citizen, Formex. So yeah, definitely between the Citizen and the Formex are the two most popular. Yeah, that'd be good. All right, let's take a few. Let's take just a couple minutes. Any suggestions you guys have? Like, go ahead and be harsh. Does he need to cut something out of here? Is there something he needs to add? And while you guys are popping that in, Shane had a couple that he's thinking of getting rid of. Maybe you can show us those too. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to here. Maybe this resets
the video. I think.
Let's see. Can I do this now? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I go. Start. So I got 3 on here that I'm just thought make a good discussion of that I'm like on the fence about selling. And the first would be the 556. Although I need to actually do a review of it before I ever think about selling it. One of the first watches that I was just kind of a little disappointed with that everybody else seems to love
Mm.
a little bit. There's some good things about it, like that crystal, like you can kind of see in that shot, the crystal they have on there is like super clear, and I don't know how they did that. But otherwise, it's kind of an iconic design. It's a little bit of an explorer design. Every time I look at it, it's like, oh, that's a great design. It's clear, comes forward, easy to read. But the rest of it is just sort of falls flat. And, there's not much depth to the dial. Everything's printed on. It's got a simple cutout for the date. Loom sucks. It just didn't really resonate with me for a watch that like everybody else is. Oh, you need to get this. So kind of on the fence about it, but at the same time, every time I sort of look at it, I was like, oh, that is a cool classic watch that a lot of collectors want. But again, it's just never really resonated with me. It just seems, especially for the price, really simple for what they're now going for. I think they're now almost like $2,000 new on bracelet. And it's just like, I don't see it when I look at it.
Is that the
556? 556, was it AR, Arabic Red Secondhand?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They do that with their model numbers, right?
Yeah. And especially not the promote Engelman. Was that the other brand?
Yeah, the Engelman.
I reviewed too.
The copycat. Yeah.
I have their version of this. They sent it to me for review. I think I said that in my review.
Yeah.
Pause it here. And in a lot of ways, that watch is almost
gonna
better.
like it better. Yeah. Right.
Than the standard 556,
which totally sucks, right? It's a blatant copy, but they actually, for a fraction of the price, they undercut it, and
especially Loom. Loom is extremely disappointing.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, looking at your collection, you don't seem to, have like a really high value on like, oh, this is like a heritage classic, iconic piece.
I don't.
You got that more contrarian where it's like, oh, you want something unique, something that everybody doesn't have. Yeah, so maybe that's a little bit of a mismatch for you.
Yeah, and then
especially if you can get a copycat for fraction.
Yeah, and it's still kind of an expensive watch. I could sell it and get a good chunk.
Right? Yeah, no, that's because I see that one everywhere. I mean, I've always been interested in Zen, but I tend to not go up there in price.
Yeah,
price has always kind of scared me away.
And then I think the second one I had up here is my. It'll pop up in a second. My red Kamasu that I've had forever.
Yeah, you've had that one for ages.
And I think when we talked about this in another stream a while ago of like debating selling it, just because I don't wear it anymore because I have so many other watches. But again, I love the red dial, and it's kind of almost sentimental for the channel because I know a lot of people potentially first found my channel through that watch when it first came out.
Yeah. That and Orient Star. When I think of your channel, for some reason, I think of those two watches.
And
I think of the chessboard.
Yeah. And if I sold it, I wouldn't get much for it. So it's kind of like,
right. Yeah, that's the problem. Is this one still available at retail? Can you still find the red dial version?
Pretty sure you can. And it's just a great diver, but it's just like I have so many other watches. I just don't really wear it much. And I think the third one I had, this might surprise you.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That is another spectacular dial right there.
Yeah. Now, before anyone starts emailing me, asking me if I'm interested in actually selling this to you, I have somebody local that I know who has dibs already if I sell it.
Okay.
This was that gold dial anniversary Wise, that really intricate pattern. I really like it. The only problem is that gold Formex space gold essence. I kind of find that it's sort of in a similar thing, and I would prefer that than this. So I haven't really been wearing this much since I kind of got that.
I mean, this to me definitely is a lot dressier piece to me when I look at it. I would think of this like, if I needed a dress watch, I would grab that before the Formex. But that depends a lot on personality, and it depends on how dressy you need to be.
Yeah, that's like if I want something like real dressy, that would be better. The Formex I like because it's multi-purpose. That's why I kind of took it on a cruise. Is because you have kind of formal nights, and that works for that, and it works for just casual during the day. See, Skylar asks about Chris just mentioned a video that some micro brands are really closing the gap on luxury watches. How does the panel feel?
I mean, I feel good about that. That's great. Yeah. So like, I mean, for me personally, I still haven't jumped into the luxury watch side of the pool. I don't have like the closest watches that I have to luxury watch would be like the Janot Silent Service and maybe a couple of higher end Zeloses. And those are watches that it's great running a watch shop. I didn't have to buy them. They were given, which is great. Because again, I haven't been able to pull the trigger and spend that much on a watch yet. Which, that was sort of the philosophy I had from the beginning getting into this, was that I just, I had a hard time justifying spending that much on a watch. So I still haven't. So I'm really happy that there are micro brands that are doing stuff like that it's approaching luxury. It makes it even easier for me to stay away from, spending that kind of money on the heritage. If you can get similar specs and high quality designs and things.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, because I've seen a little bit of that, is like Monta, Formex, Jack Mason sort of pushing into there too, of the quality you're getting from some of those, like the Monta and Formex especially, is luxury level, except for the movement, because they're still using standard movements.
Right.
And some of the higher end Christopher Wards are getting there too. Especially like if I look at that compared to like the Black Bay, it's not quite Grand Seiko level, because Grand Seiko's on its own special tier, I think, in terms of finishing. But like, Tudor, some of my higher end Longines, yeah, they're just as good. It's just they don't have the specialty movements, and they're a fraction of the price. Yeah,
and I think you see that, like I'm beginning to see that even in a lot of the Chinese brands. So like, again, take that Engelmann, for instance. So that's got the Seiko NH36 movement and sizes. You're going like the most basic movement, but like everything else about the watch, it feels like the kind of thing you would probably see on like a, on a $2,000 micro brand would have fairly, similar build and level of polish and things to it, which is kind of crazy. I don't know, but again, I don't have as much experience with that. But like you were saying, Shane, so you have an original Zin, and then you got the clone of it from China, and so obviously the movement's the big cost difference. I'm sure Zin's probably going with a high end, Swiss movement in there, whereas the Engelmann's got your bargain Seiko NH30. Well, I don't know what that one is, maybe 35 or whatever.
30,
yeah, but and Zin, I don't know. So they do some interesting engineering things on some of their watches that I'm sure Engelmann probably doesn't match. But other than that, like the quality of the two. So other than the movement and obviously the fact that these Chinese brands are completely ripping off the design, which I don't like that. I get the argument against that, and it's a strong argument. But just purely in terms of manufacturing and the level of quality of the watch, how do you think that it stacks up? Something even like a $200 Engelmann or other Chinese brand like a San Martin to the more expensive even $2,000 micro brands.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen too, it's like, and not so much with Engelmann, but like Formex and stuff. It's like, they're using the Solita, which is still a great movement. But
then like Formex, I think they do a lot to differentiate. I haven't seen any Chinese brand come close to matching what Formex
that is
on
true.
The engineering side. Yeah. So they haven't gotten that. But things where you got these luxury brands where the selling point of them is the level of finishing. It's the quality of the manufacturing. The quality of the components that sort of become moot a while ago. Everybody's got ceramic bezels.
The finish, I think, my own opinion, I think the finishing on some of the luxury watches is, it's part of it, but a lot of it is more what everybody tells themselves, as well as it's more the history and the heritage, and they want that brand. I think when you get over a certain price point, it's hard to have something that is actually better. It's just, what people want.
And I think there's something to be said for that. If you want a Rolex because it's iconic and you've got the money, get it. Every time, though, I've seen a Tudor or Rolex, kind of that lower end of the luxury bracket, I usually look at it and go, "Oh, okay." You
Mhm.
know, like you expect it to
Yeah.
really stand out. Wow, look at the finishing on look at the dial.
Yeah.
And I think your experience with the Zen is pretty spot on for a lot of luxury watches I've seen. That I think the real value is in the internals, but when you switch your watch out every day, as most of us collectors do,
Yeah.
you're not getting value out of that plus or minus 3 seconds a day,
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
because it's going to run itself out in 48 hours and
Yeah.
you're not going to
Yeah.
wear it again for another
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
weeks.
It's first word problems. Accuracy doesn't matter anymore because we have so
Right.
much.
If you have so many watches, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna reset it every day anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of been my impression. Is it feels like again, like with the way the budget end of the market has gone, yeah, the main advantage that the expensive luxury watches have is in the in-house movements,
Mhm.
and in the branding and the heritage.
Mhm.
Like if you take those two things away, like the difference between them feels like it's very minimal at this point. But the
Mm.
cost is just, 10 times, 20 times
Yeah.
difference.
And a lot of it is also because, I mean, craftsmanship, there's like kind of an artistry to it. I mean, you can kind of justify that. I think, especially with Grand Seikos, you have like master
Yeah.
craftsmen making.
Yeah.
And I think Grand Seiko is sort of on its own special tier of things.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
we got
I mean,
a
the
few other
other
questions here about the Casio MIP,
Oh, yeah.
which I think you have one.
I do.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can put it on up. Let's see if we can get this. I can just get that there. Yeah, so this is the MIP Square. I absolutely love it. And the MIP display is great. It's very legible, and you get bigger numbers. That's not the main reason I love it. I like it more for the functionality. So like I love that, you can see right now I'm in the world time mode. Let me go back, but like this has just been one of the coolest things is I can have on the front screen, I can just have it tell me the date. I can have it tell me my home time, and then I've got the Los Angeles time up in the upper right, which is where my parents and my brothers and sisters all live. And I'm constantly like wondering, oh, what time is it back home if I'm going to contact someone. So just having that ability, and that is something that I think you couldn't do on previous ones. Like, so one of the benefits of the MIP display is that it's just a bunch of pixels. So there's way more flexibility for Casio to decide what can be displayed on different screens than on a regular LCD.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you got
I
different
was
modes in there.
extremely disappointed in my negative display G-Shock and on my Square, but that makes me want to buy one of those just to check it out.
Yeah. So I've heard the MIP negative is also really great. I kind of wanted to get that just to see, but that one was sold out, so I picked this one up instead because I want to do a review. But I mean, this is kind of like it's getting to the point where it's hard for me to wear other watches because this just does absolutely everything. Like so most of my watches I'm filming and stuff, so I'm always setting them to 10:10. So I go to put them on and it's not set. So it's like, oh, I got to figure out what time it is. This one, it syncs with atomic time. So I know it's always accurate. It's always got both time zones automatically set. If I put on a GMT, it's got to take me a couple minutes to figure out, make sure the GMT hand's set right. So this one is just, and yeah, I can look up times in different time zones. I can bump over to the world time mode. So anyways, yeah, I really like it.
We've got a few more questions, but we're also at 55 minutes, and we haven't
we haven't got anybody else's collection. Today is Shane's collection review. This is going to be a 3-parter, it looks like. Yeah. All right. Why don't we jump on over? Let's have Alton show us your collection. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know. How's everybody doing on time? Like Shane and Alton. We're kind of winging this. So I don't even ask how long you guys are allowed to stay for. So
yeah, I'm good.
My wife might let me stay up a little
gonna,
longer.
yeah, are they gonna give you a bedtime or something? It's middle of the day here. It's I'll eventually have to go get lunch, but that's still probably an hour away from me.
All right. Well, how about I run through this really quickly then?
All
And
right, let's see if we can. Let's see, I want to do this, and then I want to highlight, not Shane. Let's get it. Okay, there.
Why am I here?
That's
not back.
How do I? Nope, that's not what I want. Okay, how do I make this one the main one? Remove from stage. No. Okay. So if I, oh no, whoop, nope. Sorry.
yeah, we're experts at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can tell how professional. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna make this.
Hey,
We're still here. We're still
just roll
here.
with
But
it.
you can't see us. But yeah, everybody look at Alton's collection.
All right. I picked
Okay.
what I thought were my favorites.
This is
That's
very
how-
different from Shane's collection. I like this.
Yeah. So let's start here with one of my favorites. This is Vero. This is the open water. It's stainless steel, but it's kind of got that titanium look to it.
That looks titanium. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not, so it doesn't scratch that way. I love the gray dial, the applied markers, the white. It's just very bold.
That's very
Kind
cool.
of a German vibe to it. So
I like
one a
that they
lot.
had the guts to go with male end links. Like everybody's bucking that trend, but I think some watches just need that.
It depends on
Yeah,
the design. Yeah.
With an 8.5-inch wrist, I don't have to worry about that so much. This one here, this is one of my favorites, Dave. You're going to recognize
yours
this
in,
one.
right? There's
Yeah,
in UTC?
because you gave this one to me. So not to
well.
make everyone jealous, but
Happy to see
is
it
it
in
upside
there.
down? Is this the right way? What's the right way?
No, I think you had it right the first time.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
but you worked hard to get that watch. you deserve it.
Yeah, there was a lot of miscommunication with this one, and anyway,
you
I
tried to
love
buy it. You tried to buy it legit first, but then didn't quite make it over. Yeah.
And then it came in the mail eventually because Dave's awesome. And I put on an Etsy strap, which is really nice for that watch. This one here is probably my favorite watch, my Christopher Ward C65. I think they're coming out with a new C65. I can't get it to focus, but
yeah, I really like how you have very not very colorful dials, but your watch cushions are very colorful.
yes, they are.
It also blacks
This one's got rocket ships on this one. Yeah. Actually, I think it was Vario was making these for a while.
Made them for a while. I have one somewhere.
This is Alpina Star Timer. I saw this in the 42, cool. And it's huge in the 42, but then they came out with the 40.
That's 40.
So
yeah.
So I bought it in
That's
the 40.
A beautiful dial.
Yeah.
Even with
those are all applied markers.
Yeah, everything's applied. Everything's really clean, really legible, really accurate movement, Swiss movement.
You don't see many white dial pilot's watches like that. That's really cool.
No. And Alpina's finishing on their cases is fantastic for the price point. Talking about approaching luxury levels, I think they do a great job on that.
I think they're owned by Citizen now.
I don't know. They're Swatch, aren't they?
Or I don't know. One of the two.
I'm kind of out of the loop. This, I had to have a G-Shock on my in my collection. So which one am I going to pick? This one is the 40th anniversary, and this one was highly coveted and way too expensive. There's no tech in this. There's no solar. It's a garbage watch that was like $400, $500. It was.
Does it have like a metal inner case or anything like that?
I don't think it even has that. It's got a kind of gold buckle.
Oh, that's cool. Let's see show me the case back. Let's see the case back.
All right.
Oh, is that gold?
See. You know what? It does.
This is going to make it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. All right, so it does have a metal.
Okay, so it does have the screw down case back then. So at least got that.
Yeah,
what is it? A 5000 series? Is that a 5000?
I don't even remember. It's been so long.
Yeah,
and I don't even wear it a ton because I've got G-Shocks that I can beat around, so I don't wear this one a ton. But I really like it when I do.
That's your dress G-Shock.
Yeah, that's right. For all my fancy parties that I go to. Yeah, let's throw it here. Let's see. This one here I picked. I haven't worn it in a while. You might. It's
Okay,
because
so we got another
that-
Bulova. It's interesting. So Shane
and I
and
just
Alton
realized
both
I've got
your
2
Bulovas
Bulovas.
then. Yeah,
Let's see.
Yeah.
Get you.
I remember that one.
that's
So
one
this
I almost
is,
bought many times.
I can't remember the
This
name.
is just
but-
like Shane's. It's got that sweeping action to it,
Oh,
except it eats batteries for
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah,
those Bulovas.
that's the downside.
Maybe year and a half out of a battery.
Oh boy,
Mine's better than that, but not quite.
No, mine. Maybe I get 2 years out of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I put on a nice strap here. It's thin. It's light. I love a cushion case. I love a railroad chapter ring. So yeah, and the sweeping movement.
Another common thing I've seen between you and Shane is a lot of strap changes here.
I don't know if any of. There's only one watch I own that I keep it on the right, on the original stock strap. Here's a classic Hamilton
That's
day
a
date.
cool one. Yeah, that's a great looking Hamilton.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it's like plus 3 minutes a day, so I think it's magnetized. So I haven't been wearing it, but I really enjoy wearing it. So I have to.
Well, just wear it one day and then switch to something different the next day.
It's so bad that you're kind of out of time by the end of the day, like by 3 or 4 minutes, which isn't cool. This is one of my favorite watches. This is a Baltic. I think everyone is familiar with this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just love the 12 there.
Yeah, that's a cool touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beads of rice bracelet looks great on it.
That's nice.
Super comfortable. Nothing fancy. It's got its clasp is really basic, but wears well. Looks really good with a dress shirt. It dresses up nicely. So yeah, second Bulova. I'm not even a huge Bulova fan, but my goodness,
sure?
this webcam doesn't want to. I know, right? But I just love this thing. I don't know why, and it's the only one that I've got on its stock strap.
Oh yeah, it's Bulova buckle there.
Because every strap that you get on a watch is not made for the husky gentleman, right? And so they're always too short.
That is
and
a
they're
big
always
strap.
They're always kind of. I'm going to strap it on for you.
I do have one of those, and I noticed that the strap was pretty big. Yeah, look at that. Yeah,
I can actually tuck it in. I'm on like the 5th hole. Oh, love that. And it just, I don't know. I love this guy. I don't know if it has a sapphire crystal. That might be.
I think it does.
I think it does. Yeah. All right. The last one is my most worn watch. I'm not even going to say it's like, I really like it. It's not even in my top 10. I don't know if it's top 10 favorite, but I wear this sucker all the time because it's always running. It's accurate. It's got a nice metal bracelet. And so in the morning when I'm going off to the church for my job, I just throw it on. I know it's going to get me through the day. And it's kind of nice to have a chronograph in the mix as well.
Yeah, that's got a cool
the Timex Q.
Yeah, Daytona look to it.
Yeah, actually I have the new Snoopy version.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I need to do a video on that soon.
I have what's my Snoopy? I have a Snoopy version. Yeah, I have the Snoopy version. I had to check. But it has the black strap, which is kind of garbage. And I'd like to find a bracelet. Maybe someone's, I don't know, their watch broke or something. You just buy the bracelet.
Von Kroll was asking if you can hear your neighbors hear the Timex ticking.
It makes no noise. I don't hear it.
No. So
the Timex Qs are a little nicer. A little quieter.
That's the weekenders.
The weekend, the 3-hand weekenders. That's the chronograph weekenders. It's mostly the 3-handers, like the cheaper 3-handers. Those you can hear ticking from like a mile away.
Yeah, I've got one right here behind you. Let's see. Let me hold this up to the microphone. Can you hear it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I can't hear it. A little bit.
I think I can hear it.
This was my gateway drug, though. The very first watch that I purchased in my adult life.
Oh, really? Okay, you started with that one, huh?
Yeah, like 7 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I found you guys.
Yeah, I started with GearBest watches, even before AliExpress.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
buying cheap GearBest watches.
Mm.
But yeah, no, so I really like Alton's tastes here. That's actually how we met. So Alton started posting watches on Instagram, and his watches started showing up, and like every watch that he posted was like one that I was either interested in or had bought myself. I'm like, oh, this is a great set of watches. And then we started chatting, and yeah, so I found him. So I think we have similar tastes, because yeah, I really
think
like
so,
pretty much all of these. Yeah.
No dress watch in this assortment, but
Yeah.
I don't really like. I wear dress shirts, but I don't really feel like I'm
You feel
wearing
like you need
suit
it?
and tie.
The
Yeah.
Baltic would work
Right,
kind
yeah,
of for that.
Now, when you in your job, do you wear a robe or a suit or just a cardigan? What's your pitching outfit?
He's a pastor, if you're
So
not familiar. So it's not that weird a question.
I wear usually a black shirt with a collar and like a sweater vest and a pair of black khakis. So I keep it pretty casual.
Yeah, I
Although
wonder
if it's a
if you were
baptism,
more
I'll wear robes.
liturgical, and if you had to wear robes, I wonder what kind of watch you like goes with a, probably not a Formex, you know, you probably need something
can't
more
see
old,
it.
like a pocket watch or something, or I don't know how far. Yeah.
Yeah. Once a month though, I do try to get rid of the black and I put on a nice colored shirt and a nice colorful tie and kind of spice things up a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, like, so okay. I think my favorite one there, I really like that Alpina. That looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I also really like that Hamilton. Yeah,
I think
Shane,
for me,
you
it'd be
didn't
either
have
the
did you have a
Hamilton or
Hamilton,
the
Shane?
not in the collection. Yeah, I still have my Khaki King.
Yeah,
That would
you got
probably
one.
be a close
Yeah.
on there. Yeah, I like that Hamilton and the Timex.
Yeah, that one I really like.
Now the Hamilton is 42 millimeters. It wears very big, which I think both of you could pull off, but not everybody.
42. Yeah, I think I could pull off 42.
Yeah.
The thing about Hamilton is it loves the long
lugs,
dimensions and the lugs from the lug to lug. So, it could be like 51 millimeters from lug to lug on a 42 millimeter watch.
I think that's the best looking khaki field watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that day date. And just, the layout of the numbers too. I love the oversized 12, 3, 6, and 9. It's a great font, that little record scratch dial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we'll get
legible
to mine, I've got a Hamilton in mind too, but it's similar to that.
Nice.
All right, chat. What do you guys think? Let's go with, what's your favorite watch? If you could steal any of Alton's watches, which one would you guys go with? Shane, what would you take here out of these?
Probably the Hamilton or the classic Christopher Ward.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. Like the Christopher Ward and the Baltic, both those are micro brands, but I think both of them have kind of moved on. So like Baltic, they're sort of moved. They have like a V2 of the Aquascape. So they've changed that one. And then the Christopher Ward too, their designs have shifted a bit. So you got kind of the classic versions of their watches.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. I haven't bought a watch in 2 years.
Wow. This is like,
can you believe that?
AA
Confession time.
Yeah.
I've had them lent into the channel and I've had a couple purchased for me.
Okay.
I haven't purchased a watch in 2 years.
So you've been pretty happy with these 10 then?
These 30, if we're really honest. 30 plus. I just came to a place where I do have my eye on one watch, but I come to a place where I don't really have that hunger to purchase new watches. I like them. I appreciate them. But yeah.
I think a lot of my purchases have really been driven by the channel. Yeah, I'm purchasing things for review. And you know, it's an excuse to, buy watches that I'm interested in. But yeah, it's not always driven by, my own, personally building my collection, so much as, things that I'm interested in, things I think people would be interested in seeing. Yeah, Skylar is very impressed with your willpower.
Well, I have other hobbies too.
Mm.
And I think we all do, but they sometimes take up more resources.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, we got some. Let's see what the chat liked of Alton's collection.
Nothing.
Hamilton.
Nobody wants any of it.
Yeah, the Vero. Enforcer likes the Vero. Seiko and Hamilton. Wait, Seiko. What was your Seiko in there? Did I forget one? Did you have
no Seiko in the bunch?
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a Seiko, which is interesting. No Seiko.
Yeah, I've only got one in the collection left.
Two Bolovas and no Seiko here. That's interesting.
I know.
Yeah, and that Bolova, 3-hander. Okay.
Oh, my Seiko. It's the Marine Master.
Oh, Sean. Oh, okay. Shane Seiko too. Ultra Doug just made his first watch purchase in 2 years. Ocean Rover 2. We're waiting for it to arrive.
Are they still making the Ocean Rover? Or are they? Is Janelle still making the Ocean Rover? Or are they? I guess they are. I say, have they shifted to their silent service and the new GMT?
Yeah. All right. Well, since we're running out of time, let me go ahead and show you guys mine real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. So let me see if I can. Okay. How do you get?
Click on that blower name.
If I click on me, that makes me big. Is there a way to get picture layout? Oh, so that would be like, no, this is screen layout. Okay. All right. I think I'm just gonna have to do what Alton did, and I'm gonna have to make myself remove myself.
Dave.
Yeah, we're really good at this. Okay. I'm gonna switch over to my tabletop view.
Yeah.
So that means I can't look at the chat anymore, but let me get my mic and everything.
I'll keep it on the chat.
Okay, so and let's just see. So not that. Okay, so I might as well start here. You guys have been kind of seeing this one up every now and then, but here's my Bulova. I have the Lunar Pilot. This is one I bought. This one pretty early on in my channel. It is showing up, right?
Yeah, you're good.
I think of this watch when I think of your channel. This is your Citizen Orient Star type thing.
Yeah, this is it's a little dirty. Let me clean that dial up.
Yeah, and I go back and forth on wanting to get one too, but
so this is the larger one. It's the first one that came out. It has the date, and that's one of the reasons I like it. The newer ones don't have a date, which is everybody loves that. I love having a date on my watch. People say it's big. It's like a 45 millimeter, but I think I can get away with it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, that's great.
I love the pushers on those.
Yeah, it's just a cool watch. Like every aspect of it is cool. It's got a great backstory to it. So like my main thing is, again, I would love to have an Omega Moon watch. That would be like a grail of mine. I just love the idea of getting the watch that went to the moon, but I can't afford that. And this is like, it's got its own cool story in that this one also, went to the moon.
Yeah. Kind of a cooler story because it's more of a stealth watch.
Yeah. It's so the one of the astronauts was given a moon watch, issued a moon watch, and it broke, and he had this on him, so he actually used this one on his lunar EVA.
Yeah, Enforcer Crow is asking what size your wrist is.
I have a 7.5-inch wrist. So yeah, people complain about the size of this, but I opened it up to change the battery. The movement is huge. Like the movement's like the size of the dial. So I don't know with this. I don't know if it's like because it's the chronograph precisionist movement. It's just a giant quartz movement in there. I don't know if they can shrink it too much more. So yeah, we'll get that one. Really like that one. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, we already talked about the G-Shock. This one's this is my current Casio that's getting most of my wrist time there. We've already talked about that. Let's see what else we got.
What camera are you using? Because this is really nice. I gotta say that.
Yeah, this
nice and clear.
This is my Panasonic Lumix G9 plugged into a capture card.
Pointing down. Okay.
Yeah, pointing down. So yeah, this is the exact same setup I use to record most of my videos. So
okay,
it's fun to be able to pop in a line. So here's my Hamilton. This is the the khaki pilot aviation day date. I don't know. It's got a really, really long name. But yeah, this is one that was it was on Interstellar. So Coop was wearing that, Matthew McConaughey's character. I like this one better than the Murph. I think it's a really cool design. Very similar to Alton's. So very similar layout with the kind of inner ring in the middle and then the day date layout. I love the hour markers on this. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're metal applied markers that have texture to them. So they catch the light in very interesting ways. Like when they catch the light, they just really pop, and other times they kind of disappear. But it's kind of a really interesting.
Kind of grooved as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're grooved on there. So there's a lot of cool things to look at on this watch. The loom is absolutely terrible, which is kind of a bummer. The bracelet's good. It doesn't have a lot of micro adjust. This is another kind of larger watch, but I think it works okay for me.
Yeah. I mean, up till recently, we were all wearing like 42 and slightly larger.
Right? Yeah.
That's true. And they're coming back.
Yeah, it's funny when you've been in the hobby long enough to see those cycles.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a micro brand. This is a Dorenzo. So this is probably my most unique watch that I have, and that's kind of why I like it. I think I tend to gravitate towards simpler watches. So this is just unlike anything else. Really cool dial. The loom is actually surprisingly good, even though it's orange loom. It has a date, which, it's got the date really nicely integrated down at 6 o'clock, which is cool. It's got a lot of interesting touches. It's got like a loomed crown, and the side walls are concave.
That's cool.
And it's more of like an integrated bracelet style. So you have to have these custom bracelets, which I have the leather one. I also have a rubber one and a metal bracelet that came with it, but I had to order those from Dorenzo.
Yeah, I always wanted to check them out.
Yeah, they have a really unique design. Again, I think they're one of the micro brands out there that I think are doing excellent original designs, where it's very distinctly theirs, but they look good. And I think I think for me, the design is, like we were talking about earlier, the specs and the quality of a lot of the entry level, Chinese watches, or a lot of micro brands out there are matching luxury watches more and more. But I think it's still hard to find a really well designed watch that isn't just a copy of, a clear iteration of something that's already been done, but something that's a really original design that actually has a unique, timeless look to it. And I think Dorenzo is one of the ones that is able to pull that off. All right, let's go to Seiko. So this is my Alpinist. So this is what is it? I forget the year. The 50 something or other. So this is Seiko, this is a modern Alpinist. But it's not the more popular one. The more popular Alpinist, they have that leaf hour hand, and the compass bezel. This is kind of a callback to the original one. And I don't know if you can really see the dial.
I can.
But it's got a very unique dial pattern, which is something that Seiko does well. Yeah, just very classic field watch. So this is, yeah, I feel like this is kind of Seiko's take on the Explorer. This is meant to be a mountaineering watch, but the Rolex Explorer just has such a bold look to it. This is just a little bit more playful and friendly, I feel like. So the hour markers are supposed to represent mountains. You see the triangular ones at 12, 3, 6, and 9. And the dial is fantastic. The handset is great. It's a little bit smaller than I typically wear.
39 or something?
Yeah, it's like a 39, but I think especially on the bracelet, kind of looks good. This is a Uncle Seiko bracelet.
Okay. Is it a 4R movement or the 6R movement?
It's got a 6R in it. Yeah,
okay.
It does have the 6R, so slightly longer power reserve. 200 meters water resistance. Good lume. Yeah, I really like this. This is maybe my favorite watch.
Scotty is asking if you'll be reviewing the new Seiko Rotocall. They're not in the US yet.
Is that the Rotocall? Is that the digital one?
I'm not sure.
I don't have any plans to right now. But you never know.
Yeah, it's a digital.
Is that the one with the weird bezel that controls the watch? Okay.
Like an octagonal.
Next up.
Those look really interesting, but they're way too expensive.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's kind of kept me off of it. Okay, so next is my other Seiko that I have in here. This is, I forget the model number, but it's got the lacquer dial, the Japanese lacquer dial, which I really like. It's just a beautiful dial in person. And I'm kind of blown away with how Seiko managed to pull off the contrast here. Like a lot of watches, the hands and the markers kind of blend into the dial in certain lightings and they disappear. This one doesn't. Like it's just a printed dial. It's got these kind of silver white printed Roman numerals, but they just absolutely pop against that black dial in any lighting. And then the handset is a gold handset, which same with that. It's got a texture on it that just makes it incredibly legible. So even though this is more of like a dress watch style, it's one of the most legible watches I have. It doesn't have any lume at all on it. But if you got even a slight amount of light, you can, everything just reflects and picks up really perfectly. Yeah. And like for me personally, the enamel dial is really cool too. So this is a very Japanese style thing. But the region of Japan I live in a very rural part of Japan. That's one of the things that they're known for up here is this lacquer that they make. It's called urushi. So that's really cool for me.
It's gorgeous.
Okay, so we'll get
just noticed something. SoCal Watch Reviews popped in. Said our friend Chris.
Oh, Miguel, hey.
Merely on time.
Hey, Miguel.
Got hacked. So he's trying to spread the word.
Oh no. Yeah, because Miguel, that just happened to you too, right? Miguel just had a big problem with that. That sucks.
Really?
So yeah, Merle too. Yeah, I'm subscribed to him. He's a good guy.
Yeah, Miguel says the same thing happened to him in December.
Yeah. But yeah, Miguel got his straightened away, so I was really happy to see that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a clue what to do if that happens.
Yeah.
Talk to Miguel.
Yeah. Well, it happened to Jody a couple years back too. So even the larger channels, it happened to anybody.
Is that the strap that came with that? I'm gonna guess not.
It is not. No.
Artem.
Perfect.
So this one came on. So this is Notice Sector Pilot. This is a limited edition, and so the normal one's not black. The normal one has a countdown bezel and not a 12-hour dual time bezel. I just absolutely love 12-hour bezels. That's become my favorite complication. Like I've come to the point where I prefer a watch that has Arabic numerals and a 12-hour bezel. So Arabic numerals on the dial, 12-hour bezel. I'll take that over an actual GMT. Like this for me just works better. The coolest thing about that layout, so I mean, this isn't anything about the watch, but just that layout, is you can easily convert between time zones. So I've got this set up. Let's go ahead and let's give it a lesson here. So this is set up for California time. California is now 7 hours offset from Japan. So that means that obviously if this is not set to 10:10, which it is not 10:10 here in Japan, but if it were, it would be 10 o'clock in Japan and would be 5 in California, which you can see real easy on the bezel, which is cool. That's pretty standard. But the cool thing is, like for today, if I'm trying to schedule something with Shane and Alton, assuming they were in California, I'd have to switch this to their time zone. But if I wanted to look like, okay, so we're going to do something tomorrow at 9 o'clock my time, I can look at the 9 on my dial and then see that, that would be 4 o'clock in California. Or if we're going to do something at 4 o'clock my time, I can look at the 4 and say, like, that's going to be 11 o'clock in California. And that's one of the hardest things for me to calculate. Even with the standard GMT, you're always like having to do the mental math of like, okay, if it's going to be 6 here, what time will it be there?
Yeah.
Having this 12-hour scale set up like that just makes it instant. Like now, half the time when I want to schedule something, I'll go run and grab like this watch just so I can make an appointment in another time zone to make sure I don't screw it up. That and the watch is super cool. So
yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah. But this strap, this is a North Star. So it's kind of like an Artem knockoff, but they're doing something a little bit. They're a little different style than Artem, but they definitely were inspired by Artem. They're based in the UK. They sent over some straps for review once. And yeah, just the green with the deployment clasp really, I think, suits this watch well. I tend to not like bracelets. I tend to prefer straps over bracelets. So I've switched away from bracelets on a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, are you humid where you're at?
In the summer, yeah.
Okay.
Summer gets pretty.
Yeah. In the summer for me here, it's like unless it's got an on-the-fly adjustment system, it's like
yeah.
I switched to a strap.
All right. Speaking of GMTs and straps, so this one does have an on-the-fly adjustment, but let me clean that off. Here is Wise. So yeah, I still love Wise. I think they're one of the best micro brands out there. As far as quality wise, I like that they use the Japanese movements. You get the Citizen movements that helps them keep the cost down. And then everything else about their watches is just really fantastic. I think they have a little bit of I don't know. I feel like there's some influence from Seiko and some of their case designs and things like that. But they always do things a little bit different. So this one, I like the custom hour hand here. That's very distinct. They're a Thai brand. I think that kind of fits in with the theme there. Great bezel action that is bidirectional. Just classic GMT.
Yeah. And as Skylar points out, 904L steel with Wise.
Yeah,
for most of their watches.
Steel. Yeah.
Not all of them, most of them.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like, the bracelet does have on-the-fly adjustment, but I don't know. I just never quite liked the way it looked. I think the bracelet on this one didn't have much of a taper, and I kind of wanted more of that. And then
they took forever to come out with their 904L bracelet, and I was a little disappointed in it. It was all right,
underwhelming.
Yeah.
I've been looking for a good strap to go with it. This one's from Strap Mill Canada. They sent in. So it's a cut to size strap that also has the ratcheting micro adjustment.
That's cool.
So that's kind of a cool set of features. So I've got it on this for now, but I've been liking it on that.
Yeah, and Wise has got some newer like colorways of the ADX. The ADX GMT. Yeah. Some really vibrant, kind of cool looking ones.
Yeah. This is this classic Batman. Maybe like a classic Pepsi would have been nice, but get there.
Hard to go wrong with Batman.
Yeah. I know you're.
I like the way Wise does their hands on their watches.
Yeah, I do too.
Like I know they're known for their case material and some of the finishing, but their hands are always well designed and well executed.
Yeah, I think so too.
And Loom is great.
Yeah, Loom is killer. So Loom. This is out of these watches, this is easily the best loom out of any of them.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Just because I know how good there are.
Yeah. Okay, so next here is Zelos. So yeah, I've gotten.
Oh, that's cool.
I've gotten to review a lot of Zeloses, and they're always very generous in sending over watches that I can hold on to. But out of all of them, this is
Which
probably
one
my
was
favorite. This is Sky Raider 2.
Okay.
So it has obviously a skeletonized dial, very highly skeletonized.
Yeah.
For this one, they moved over to a new old stock. I think it's a Marvin 700 that they just completely cut to pieces to get that see-through effect. There we go.
I don't know why, but I really like the bracelet on that. How it integrates.
Yeah, it is a cool bracelet. It's all titanium. It doesn't, articulate too well. That's as far as it bends, but that hasn't been much of a problem. It's got the on the fly address adjustment.
Class.
This is the one where
the button.
No. This is spring loaded on the back. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just spring loaded. So it's really easy to adjust in and out, but super light on the wrist, very thin because it's a hand wound movement. And the movement's beautiful. Just really well executed on the skeletonization.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of their higher end watches, but full titanium. So there we go. Yeah,
I'm not a big skeletonized watch fan, but that is really nice.
Yeah. It's gotta. I always love the idea of a skeletonized watch, but I haven't seen many that are executed that well.
Yeah.
This one's surprisingly legible with the orange hands and markers. Like I can usually pick them out. So that's one of the big problems on skeleton watches is almost impossible to read. But this one I don't have much of a problem with. It's kind of cool. They've cut away the barrel so you can see whether it's wound or not. So it's kind of acts sort of like a power reserve, which is fun.
Yeah. I mean, Zelos has gone fully unique on most of their designs and stuff.
Yeah.
Is, I think kind of cool, but it loses some people, but I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and they've been going with trying to find more interesting movements lately too. So like this particular movement, I think they've used in one or two other watches where they sourced some new old stock. It's a movement from the 70s and then just completely modified it, customized it. So they're definitely getting more exotic with both their movements and their dials. Okay, last one. So this is, this is my Jeannot. This is the silent service. Let's clean it up a bit. So someone mentioned they're just getting an Ocean Rover. That one's cool too. It's kind of a more vintage Rolex style. What I like about the silent service is that they're kind of, it's definitely not like a very original watch. They're very clearly still, going after the Rolex style.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's a big step away from a lot of classic Rolex watches. So there's no crown guards, for one. You got a very different dial layout with the markers and the handset, the sword style hands. But the case is very clearly inspired by Rolex. But this is one of the more expensive watches that I've gotten my hands on, and it's one of the few watches where I can definitely feel a clear difference in quality between this and almost any other watch that I've handled. So you can, I can feel that they've really put a lot into the manufacturing of it. Bezel action's just really great. Loom is good. Crown action's good. The clasp is great. The bracelet is great. Everything just has a really high feeling of quality. It's got that cool kind of Rolex style adjustment. And I was never like a huge fan of the Submariner, but this one I really like. This has become one of my favorite watches. I wear this one a lot.
Skylar says you pulled it out just because of my Manta.
Yeah. Well, I'll show
He's
this.
asking price point.
Yeah. So this one, I
12?
think it's around 1,700. I think is what Juno sells them for.
Oh.
I didn't pay that, which is
Yeah.
great for.
I mean, they're
for me.
going up. So I know
Yeah.
the original the Ocean Rovers, I think, used to start at like 12, but that was 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, I think this is with the Cyclops, and so they just sent over for review. This is the new Transatlantic.
Yeah, I'm a little mixed on that design. the skeletonized GMT hand. It's kind of
that's kind of an that's the I'm still warming up to it, but
nice Pepsi dial though.
Yeah, the bezel's great. Very soft action there. And there's a few changes to it. So it's actually slimmer, which is crazy. It's like right around 10 millimeters for a 300-meter diver with a GMT hand.
Yeah.
So they did some really crazy engineering to get it down that slim.
What movement's in it?
It's a SW330, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so Salida. Yeah, but yeah, so it's actually feels a little bit smaller and lighter than the original Silent Service. So we did a review of that. And then the dials are different. So the original one has more of a matte dial. We went with a more tool watch look, whereas this one's a glossy dial, which I like the look of the glossy dial better. It's got a real cool one. But yeah, that's that hour hand or the GMT hand is different. They said they're going for the inspiration was from like a nautical sextant.
Okay.
Kind of a skeleton look. Yeah, it's definitely a different look, but I found it doesn't really, it's not like that distracting to me. And again, I like the idea of them doing something different.
I just wonder if maybe they could put a little more writing on the dial.
No.
Yeah, well, and that's something that again they said they like the look of the Rolex dial that has all that text on it. So it's fun the things.
Are they still saying it's a chronometer?
No. So what
on the dial?
So yeah. Let's see. You guys can probably see better than me if I zoom in here.
Actually, there might be a chronometer. As I know, with the original Ocean Rover, that was a point of contention.
Yeah, they regulate it in-house.
Precision chronometer in the last line on the bottom.
I didn't say that. Yeah, precision chronometer. Silent Service. It's a kinetic continuous date. Yeah. It's not an Oyster Perpetual. It's a kinetic continuous. So yeah, it's funny how they kind of try to find their own replacement words to keep the busy-looking text on the dial. So yeah, and I don't think they've ever been shy about the fact that they're making watches that are inspired by Rolex. And the original ones that they came out with were vintage, basically copies of vintage Rolex.
It was the Ocean Rover. Yeah, it's like the greatest hits of all the sub different sections. Yeah,
but the Silent Service, I think they're taking a step into, this is not something that Rolex has ever made or ever will make. But it looks like it could come from Rolex still. So I kind of like that as a twist. Okay. I think I've gone too long. All right. So I'll put those there.
I really don't know what to say about this collection, Dave, because it's fantastic.
Yeah. I think the Dorenzo is my favorite.
Yeah,
what's
the contrarian
like
in you again, Shane.
What?
Said the contrarian coming out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far the most unique out of everything in there.
How is the finishing on the case on the Dorenzo?
It's very good. Yeah, especially with the case design.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very interesting case design, but the finishing is also very good. There's a lot of
I like that a lot.
Nice polished bevels.
It's great from the side too.
Yeah, just the shape. The sidewalls are really cool.
I'm a big case guy. I love a good case.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of brands they kind of don't spend as much effort on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think when brands come out with a unique case, that really differentiates them.
Skylar is calling dibs on the Dorenzo, and Peter says you have good taste but not much color.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of color. Definitely compared to Shane. So Shane's a lot more colorful than mine. I just tell yeah, this one. So I've got this is like my only. I think everything else is a black dial besides this one.
And that's
But
darker
I
blue
do
too. It's nice blue.
Yeah, and it is a darker blue. Yeah, I don't have a lot of really unique dials. I guess the Dorenzo and the Seiko. I guess so the Urushi one, it's a very interesting black dial.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is one.
I say pretty much everything you have is just very versatile, like multi-purpose. You can wear it for pretty much anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and I definitely have a thing for pilot's watches and tool watches. Not a huge fan of divers. But yeah, so I guess technically the Bulova, I guess, would be a pilot's watch. You would call it you do pilot rocket ships, right? That's a pilot's watch. The Hamilton's a pilot's watch. This is technically pilot's watch. This one's also pilot's watch. So I really have a lot of pilot style watches in there.
I'm sure a lot of real pilots wear that G-Shock.
Yeah, right. Then basically. And then, GMT like this, true GMT could be considered a pilot's watch. It's probably inspired by, the original. And let's see what everybody else got. Buckeye likes the Notice. Cheaper Rolex knockoff. Get I don't know how to pronounce that.
Ducat.
Yeah. Favorite form factor is the Explorer. Glycine is one. So like I've always wanted to add a Airman to the collection. I know Shane got one, and I've been jealous ever since. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think if I was gonna get an Airman, what I would go for would be a Purist. And I like so there's some of them where they have a counterbalance on them on the hour hand, and you can use that to easily convert from the 24-hour time back to 12-hour time, which I find helpful because I don't always think in 12-hour time or 24-hour time. Because if you look at the opposite of the 24-hour marker, the opposite will be the 12-hour equivalent.
Yeah,
I thought that was a really cool touch. I like that. Alpinist without the cathedral hands look great. Yeah, the hands on this are real interesting.
Yeah. Do you remember the Mosaic dials limited edition they came out with that?
Yeah, I was kind of tempted.
I wanted that so bad.
That one, yeah.
It was sold out before, like in no time.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have been able to pick one up at full price, but I just couldn't spend that much at it. Yeah, but yeah, I probably could have and probably should have. I think I did.
Yeah,
see
now they're like 2 or 3 times what they were.
Yeah. I did see a couple of them pop up on Japan when they were first released, and I passed. And then the reason I got this one is because it was on sale. So I got a good deal on it, and I thought this one, which again has become maybe my favorite watch out of all of them. I got it just to review. I didn't think I was going to keep it. And like, as soon as I opened the box, I was like, I'm going to have a hard time letting this one go. But yeah, it was interesting. Cause just seeing the product pictures and things, I wasn't initially drawn to it that much. So if we can, that one. Anyways. All right. So we've been going for almost 2 hours now. I think we went a little bit longer on our collections than we want, but
yeah, you said 10 minutes per collection.
Yeah, did that work? Was anyone timing? I think I gave up timing Shane after he got up to. Shane got kept close. He was like 15, 20.
I was moving, then we got distracted.
Yeah, you were going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I do have a lot of black dial watches. That's true.
A lot of Seikos.
Yeah, and yeah, I got 2 Seikos. Only one Bulova though.
You know what I noticed is I have some colorful dials, but they're not in this grouping because I don't wear them every day.
There you got a picture in picture.
Yeah, I've got
Did you? That's fun.
Yeah.
OBS running that side of things.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Oh, okay, wait. Let's do one. Can we put a poll up?
Can you? Don't ask us.
Can I do a poll? Wait, if I go over here. Let's
we have
do a
to
poll.
do this more than once every 2 years.
I know, right?
Yeah.
How do we do this again? Yeah, when was the last one?
I think a year ago. Yeah. Next time we stream, we'll have some of this worked out.
Yeah. Thank you guys for your patience. Okay. Oh wait.
Was it the Star Wars watch?
Oh, we did that a while ago.
The
Yeah,
Darth Vader watch. Right? Remember that one?
The Darth Vader
watch.
Yeah.
Might have been. We did maybe one after that, and then I think we stopped.
Yeah, maybe. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I still remember posting the review of that, and people are like, "What is this? Why are you doing this?"
Who wound up with it?
My son still wears it.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad someone's getting some good use out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. He popped up with it the other day. While you're trying to figure that out, I want to ask the chat if anyone is familiar with Gallo watches. Gallo watches.
You were showing us that one earlier.
Yeah, because I'm curious about. That's a Land Rover.
It's a car. Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. They're selling you the vibe, I guess. More Land Rover than watch.
I just put a poll up. So pick your favorite collection. We'll see who's got the most popular one out of us. But yeah, Gallo watches. Let's see.
Yeah, there's very few reviews. I love this dial.
Yeah. Because someone actually sent that to me as a picture, like one of my viewers saying, like, you need to review this.
Cool dial.
See, is
that their first watch?
No, they've been around for a few years. 39 millimeters stainless steel, 46.5 millimeters lug to lug, 20 millimeter lugs. BGW9 sapphire crystal air coating. It's got a Miyota 9039. 100 meters water resistant, and it is.
Is that bezel movable or no? It looks like it's fixed bezel.
I think it's fixed.
I think it's fixed. It launches.
Do the colors mean anything, or does it just look cool?
I don't know.
Like it looks like a chart. I've seen some watches with like some Orients that have like charts on them that are laid out like that. But that looks like it's just this kind of segmented out. I like it. It looks cool. It's a cool set of colors too, kind of pastel.
The case is kind of basic.
There's only 350 available.
What kind of?
I guess I better get in line.
Yeah, you said it's been 2 years. You deserve it, Alton. Come on.
Thank you. Plus, I want a watch that embodies their vision, which is playful, robust, and true to its purpose. Boy, they really just kind of lay it on thick, don't they?
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
What movement does it have in it?
I think a Miyota.
Got the Miyota.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
39.
I don't see anything about price though.
No, it's like 400 US, I think, in that kind of category.
Okay. I guess if you guys got a couple minutes, we can open up for more questions. If there's 49 people who stuck with us, if you 49 survivors have any questions you want to toss out, we can field some of that at the end here. Yeah, Miyota 9039, 10 meters of water resistance. Yeah, that looks good. Specs. Those are the specs I look for. That's what I want to see.
I know somebody earlier somebody earlier was kept asking about why reviewers don't talk about accuracy as much. I don't know if I want to get into that. I usually just talk about the stated accuracy of the movement. I don't bother checking them anymore because I feel like they're going to be it'll depend if the manufacturer says the accuracy is good for up to -40 +40, and then someone's probably going to get one that's +40 at some point. That's typically
yeah,
why I don't talk about them too much, because it's luck of the draw on what you get. So just because
yeah.
I get something, the only time I'll bring it up is if it's kind of on the extreme or it's an exception in some ways. Like if I get one that's dead on, I think with that one Notice Atlantis, it's like 1 second a day because they regulate in house, even though it's just a Seiko NH. That I brought up, or if something's extremely bad, I'll bring it up. But otherwise, I just don't think there's a point.
I mean, they saw how many thousands of Miyota 9039s, and Seiko NH35s. It's just, did it get bumped in transit? Was it a Friday at 4:59?
Yeah.
Skylar, I appreciate it. Yeah, well, there's a down payment for it. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
It's written.
I don't know how I feel about this.
By accepting that, you agree.
I didn't agree to this. But yeah, back to accuracy. So like other thing that's interesting is like if they do regulation. So like I know Vero, they say they do regulation on their watches. Jeannot does extensive regulation on theirs, and that's I think one way you can kind of compete with luxury brands a little bit. You're not going to create a in-house chronometer movement, but if you like Jeannot, they do the in-house regulation over 6 weeks in 5 positions, which is pretty extensive. So you should expect to get you're going to get a off-the-shelf Sellita movement, but it'll be the best version of that, or the most accurate version of it.
I mean, I look at like chronometer status as like diver's rating on an ISO, like an ISO diver's rating on the watch. It's more like a guarantee that somebody's checked it. So if it's important to you, kind of get that. Although as time goes by, that guarantee doesn't necessarily, it's not guaranteed forever.
Yeah.
But at least when you get it.
Yeah, I'm on Cruel. For accuracy, I'd pay more attention to how consistent the movement is. If the rate plus or minus 10 or 13.
That's sure.
Or is it +3 per day, +10 the next day? If it's consistent, you can regulate it. Yeah. Let's check in and see how that poll's doing. If I can find my window again. Oh, here it is. Oh, it looks like Shane dominated. Wow, it wasn't even close.
Where's the results? I don't see it.
If you go back over, but we only got 10 votes. So there's a lot of people on, but there's a poll over here, guys. Come on, give me and Alton some love here. Shane's got 8 out of 10 votes. Me and Alton each have 1 vote each.
Yeah, unless everybody's watching on TV and it's harder to enforce. What's the best watch release you've seen this year?
Sorry, oh yeah, that's come up a couple times. But yeah, Shane definitely had the most interesting set of watches. Best watch release you've seen this year, 2026. We talking? I don't know.
Still early.
Yeah, it's still early.
Wouldn't be able to say.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I mostly keep an eye on the Japanese releases here. See if there's anything I want to grab up early.
So I think the only thing I've gotten that's new, like within the last few months, is maybe the new Alpinist.
Yep. Yeah, that one came out with that turquoise dial. Another blue dial for you. Is that one you're going to be? Is going to work its way into your collection, or?
I already have it. I should hopefully have a video out soon. Excuse me.
Yeah, this is the only one of the only, like the newest watch I got is this new Casio. This is another one of their cheap Casios.
Oh, that's cool. How big is it?
That's cool.
It is 37 across. It feels larger. 43 lug to lug. It's got really big text, and this is probably going to be coming in, maybe around their $40 retail price or something like that. But it's got world time. It's got stopwatch, timer, 3 alarms, I think, and then your home time. It's a little bit chunky, good size. and only 50 meters of water resistance, but it's better than 30. Big strap.
I think the F91W is 50 meters too, and I know my kids have swam and all kinds of things in those things.
Okay. Alton, take over. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Take over.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Just
Thumbs up.
leaving.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can see this.
What is that?
This just got sent in. Wish I could give you. I've only had it for a few days. It's a newer release because you're talking about cool newer releases, and it's got a really interesting dial. And you can't really see it. It's from Centura, but it's kind of like this space themed thing where like one of the indices looks like a rocket ship and it's kind of going around, and it's this 3-layer dial with like 2 layers of mother of pearl and then adventuring kind of on the side to get sort of like a space look. It's really cool and interesting. I wish I could get a better shot for you guys. Kind of there. Not really. But.
What I miss? What is that? What is that?
It's just trying to fill time. So the new watch from Centura. I just only had it for a few days, so I don't have any good shots of it, but it's kind of got this interesting 3-layer dial, sort of a space themed watch. Actually, that's it. That's the exact same one.
I got one too. No, it's a cool one. Yeah, I love the dial. So with the aventurine, and then I forget, was it Amazonite or something?
Amazonite, yeah, and then mother of pearl. I think that's right.
Yeah. They did a really good job of laying out all 3 colors like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I like the rocket ship as a playful touch. It makes it a little bit more difficult to tell the time, but it's cool.
Yeah, it wears pretty comfortable, but yeah, I haven't gotten any good shots of it yet.
Yeah, I've done a couple of macros on it, but haven't really taken it out for a spin yet. Yeah, it just came in. But that one looks cool.
What's the model name again? Somebody's asking. I don't remember.
Back there.
Look it up. Centura.
Anybody read Nebula, right?
Yeah, Centura Nebula.
This is bad when it's easier for me to read it on the screen, zoomed on the camera, than in person. Bust out my dollar store reading glasses.
Well, that's why you have that giant Casio now. You just
right. Yeah. I could just, this is my old man watch. Can't miss that one. All right. So that was my wife getting home, and we're supposed to go get lunch right now. So it is lunchtime here now. We lasted all the way until my 2-hour limit.
Nice dinner for me.
Shane, Alton, thank you guys so much for joining. This is a lot of fun. It's been a while.
Yeah, so good to see you guys.
Yeah, do it more often.
The model on the Casio. Someone's asking. Can anybody read that?
Go to Dave's Instagram.
W220, or is that a 22H? It's brand new. I think it's only in Japan right now. It just came out like literally yesterday. I pre-ordered it because I liked the feature set. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. Check out Shane's channel if you haven't seen Shane's channel. Alton, you need to make a video post. It's been a while. You got anything coming up in the pipeline?
I don't know. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing such great content. I don't need to compete with you.
Go watch some of Alton's greatest hits. Subscribe for when the next video is coming out, so you can catch his big comeback.
There you go. Well,
all right,
have a great night or lunch, you guys.
Yeah, lunch for me. But yeah, it's probably getting later for you guys. What time is you? Wherever you're at, Alton. I think you're 10. The latest. 10. Yeah,
9 for me.
For you. Yeah.
So
I'll let you go. I'm sure your family's missing you.
Long weekend for us. Tomorrow's day off, family day. So
nice.
I get to stay up late.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get some lunch.
Go have lunch.
Shane, you guys have a good night. And again, thank you everybody for watching, for tuning in. Hopefully we'll do this again, sooner than the last time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Good night, everybody.